When conducting an audit, the first and very important step is to prepare the audit plan. The audit process should be effectively planned prior to the audit so that objectives are clearly defined and priorities are established. The audit plan needs to be submitted in advance to the auditee to identify the auditee's representative and access the documents or processes needed to complete the audit on schedule. When preparing the audit activities, you need to assign the work to the relevant members of the audit team. The second step is to develop audit checklists. Before auditing, it is important to prepare documented information, which may be, for example, in the form of physical or digital checklists, audit sampling details, audio-visual information, etc. Using the audit checklist, the auditor aims to establish that authorized documented information is in use. Auditing always starts with the opening meeting, which should be conducted with the auditee's management and, if relevant, those responsible for the functions to be audited. During opening meeting, we have to confirm that all parties involved agree to the audit plan. We have to remember to introduce the audit team and ensure that all planned activities can be performed in the time given. During the opening meeting, we should also allow some time for questions. The fourth step is to start gathering evidence relevant to the audit objectives, scope and criteria. Examining documented information, asking about companies' procedures, and interviewing those involved in the system's implementation are some of the most common ways to collect evidence of compliance. When gathering evidence, the auditor may also examine the company's premises in order to ensure, for example, adequacy of facilities, sufficient supervision, safety precautions, housekeeping, etc. Upon gathering all relevant evidence, it is time to record the audit findings. The audit findings can indicate conformity or non-conformity to the system being audited. Non-conformities can be classified as major or minor non-conformity and areas of improvement, also known as observations. The non-conformities should always be recorded in a non-conformity report and backed up with objective supporting evidence. Upon finalizing the audit findings with the audit team, the closing meeting is performed. The purpose of the closing meeting is to present to the auditee the audit findings and conclusions. Any audit findings must be made clear to the auditee, and possible consequences of not correcting them must also be clearly explained to the auditee. Any diverging opinions regarding the audit findings or conclusions between the audit team and the auditee should be discussed and, if possible, resolved. If they cannot be resolved, this should be recorded. The final step is the preparation of the audit report. The audit team leader is the one responsible for drafting and finalizing the report. The audit report should be comprehensive and provide a complete, accurate, concise, and clear record of the audit. The audit report should be distributed to the recipients defined in the audit procedures or audit plan. It may be necessary for a follow-up audit to be performed to verify the effectiveness of any corrective action carried out. Corrective action and subsequent follow-up audits should be completed within a time period agreed to by the auditee in consultation with the auditor. Here are some final tips to remember. Always remember to stick to the audit plan. The audit process must be continuously supervised by a designated audit team leader. The audit team should consist of competent personnel. Always keep evidence to support your findings. This evidence must be easily understood and articulated in your reports to allow the next auditors to come to a similar conclusion. You should ensure that your findings are clearly understood by the auditees. And finally, remember to stay impartial, professional, and patient.